Ladies and gentlemen, let's roll. Let's slap a number on this son of a dog.
This is number 213.
Is this SlapperCast?
It is.
Or SlapperCast?
Yes.
Welcome. We are at the tail end of our Florida, Arkansas, Atlanta, Alabama tour. And what a fucking tour that was.
It was great.
Yeah. What was it? Just phenomenal turnouts and receptions and hospitality and driving conditions, except now we're in Tampa. Yeah, this has been the worst driving and the worst traffic we've seen on the whole trip. Is that a word of a lie? No. Anybody?
No.
So we have with us young Turbo, young Smalley, young Heidi, and old man River. We just left the Merch Maiden off at the hotel. She's flying back as she's had enough of us. A week in the van will do that with you. We are so appreciative for a change. So grateful for her, all her hard work. She got rid of most of our merchandise, and we're so grateful. Anyway, anybody else have a good time? Me?
Yes.
Give me high point today.
High point?
Punta Gorda
For the whole tour?
Give me another one.
Gosh, probably today, yeah. I mean, this...
Key West, yes or no?
Yeah.
I'd say fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Woo!
Yeah. Last night was great.
Yeah, insane.
As far as just incredibly enthusiastic audience responses, though, I think Punta Gorda takes the cake. They were so ready for that today.
Okay, here's a tough question. Hibernia, Little Rock, Arkansas, or Punta Gorda. Yeah, get out of that one, Houdini. Yeah.
And the Irish Brigade was pretty hopping.
It was.
Yes.
They were very receptive. So
Yeah.
Just say.
Yeah.
We'll have to go back and do a rematch.
Oh,
That's
I like
how
it.
we're
Let's go now.
Yeah, both were awesome.
Yeah. It was so intense. So fun. I hope you fun. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, this is Tampa, boys and girls. I don't know if you can tell, so I'm doing a mere 60 miles an hour. They're just trying to kill everybody. I hate bad drivers. Anyway, yeah, Hibernia, and I'm just saying numbers wise, Hibernia and the Celtic Ray in Punta Gorda, packed to the gills, and every single, I did not see a phone out any night. I didn't see anybody looking at the phone unless they were taking a picture.
Yeah.
I mean, a fully attentive audience. That's so fucking rare these days.
It is.
We just, oh my God. Anyway, so Celtic Conch in Key West, Florida. Unbelievable. Yeah. I know we say this all the time, but the staff, good God, they could not have been nicer. They could not have been more enthusiastic, more appreciative of what we do. And it didn't matter if we got up there and sung Rick Astley or Diana Ross. It didn't matter what we did. They loved it. And we got to see some old friends, some new friends, and I'm at a loss, and that's rare.
Kicked ass.
True.
It was awesome.
Yes.
If you want to use that kind of language, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the Florida tour, or whatever you want to call this, the Florida Alabama tour, has come to an end. But we're not even close to being done.
No,
because we got a big week ahead of us.
Now the mayhem starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the warm-up's over.
Got a couple of days to rest, and we're back into it.
1 day to rest, sir. 1 day.
1 day.
Yeah, stop exaggerating. It hurts my... And also, just on a lighter note, too, I'd also like to say fuck daylight savings.
Yes.
I'm so angry. So we had a...
When the clock changed, it was like, what just happened? Someone just reached in and ripped it out.
Yeah. So let me just set the scene for you. Gorgeous night in Key West. We did 2 nights. We did Friday and Saturday at the Celtic Conch in Key West, and we just both nights were fantastic. Saturday night was extra epic because the crowd was there and ready for us. And Friday was a little bit, there was a big concert down the street, and it was kind of, and this is a new club, so it was hard to get the word out. Friday was great though. Saturday was off the wall. I mean, just amazing. So we spent the day after we left the hotel on Saturday. We were gonna drive and get closer to our Sunday gig, so we could have a little time to sleep on Saturday before we drove to Punta Gorda to be at the Celtic Ray today, Sunday. I hope you can follow along at home. This is difficult. So we leave Key West and we're driving north because that's the only way to go unless you want to go in the water. So we're going north, and we had decided, Turbo and I decided that we're not leaving without jumping in the water. So we decide, so be it, off we go. My friend Darren Nolan, who I've known, he's a friend of mine from years back, before even on the Dole. I've known Darren for a long time. Darren was the original general manager at Brian O'Neill's in Rice Village. Long story. Anyway, I asked him, I said, because he lives there now, he lives in Key West. And I said to him, I said, where's the best place to we're driving north, we're going to go to, where was it, Homestead? Where did we stay last night?
Homestead, I think. Plantation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I said, we're going to stay in Plantation. Where's the best place on the Keys to just park the van, jump in the water, and go? And he said, St. Anne's Beach. What he didn't tell us was St. Anne's Beach is a nudist. I'm just kidding. It was last night. But so we arrived. We left the Keys. What time did we leave at? 11? 11,
yeah,
10?
It was like 11:10
p.m. We drove for an hour and a half-ish. What was it?
Yeah.
It seemed later.
Yeah.
It was closer to 1, I think.
Yeah, I think it was closer to 1 a.m. because there's so many cops and the speed limit is so... This is why everybody's so old in Florida, because the speed limit is like 5 miles an hour and there's cops there to pull you over if you do 6. So it was just unbelievable. The worst. I mean, the van kept asking me, is there something wrong? What have I done? Why are you driving me like a little bitch? So we're there. We are extremely giddy.
Why are you driving me like a little bitch?
She's never been. I've never been so gentle with her. She's like, what have I done? How have I? Anyway, so close to 1 o'clock in the morning, and we find a spot. We find St. Anne's Beach, which is right before. It's in Key Largo. Don't sing that fucking song. And so we pull over, jump in the water. Water's gorgeous, and jump back out and get out. Chad actually.
Yeah.
Yes. So
From a distance.
Oh, fuck that. Oh, yeah. Oh. All right, I'm staying in. Oh, fuck yeah. Look at the stars. Yeah, so lots of fun, blah, blah, blah. We get back in the van and we're driving again. And everybody's kind of tired, and, it was very, very warm on the beach, and Key West up in the rooftop, blah, blah, blah. So everybody's kind of tired and sleeping, and we're driving, and I look at my phone, I was like, what time does your phone say? We all forgot about daylight savings. So now, what was 1 o'clock is at 2 o'clock, and we still have 2 hours to go to get to our hotel so we can get some sleep for a 2 p.m. start on Sunday.
Yeah.
I was still a couple hours away, right?
Yeah. So it's just a nightmare situation. So we couldn't get there fast enough. Only got, of course, I didn't sleep a wink. So we get, 4 hours, 4.5 hours?
Yeah.
There, Max? Yeah, at the hotel. And then we took off to Punta Gorda this morning. And so I was kind of expecting, let me set the scene for Punta Gorda. Gorgeous day, maybe a little bit of a trace of a cloud somewhere in the sky. what was it, 80 degrees maybe, 85?
Yeah, it's pretty warm.
It was pretty warm, but there was a really nice breeze. We were very, very lucky because of that. We'd probably be dead right now with that breeze. But we got there. The place was mobbed. They have regular floor seating. They've got seating off to the side of the stage. They've got roof seating. They've got people in the back. It was insane the amount of people that were there. Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. We played 2 sets. Actually, really just one set, because that was a 5-minute break. And just played our asses off. And I think Lori sold us out. I think we have to get more Paddy's Day shirts. I think she sold everything. I think she's we're down to the last couple of LPs. She sold everything. She sold everything. It was just magnificent. I can't put into words how amazing this whole thing has felt. Every single show was tremendous. The turnout wasn't great in Atlanta. Our friends, the Muckers, look them up. Irish band out of Atlanta. Jeff and all the crew just were so good to us, and they opened the show, played a stormer, and were just amazing. And they've also got a Kickstarter going if you want to check them out, the Mucker.
Jeff put us up.
Yeah, Jeff, we stayed at the Punk Rock Hotel in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, which is great.
And yeah, it was wonderful. And yeah, I saw a bunch of old friends too at Smith's Old Bar in Atlanta. Great venue.
Yeah.
Jareth running sound, and Britt behind the bar, and just amazing room. Wasn't a lot of people. It's a Tuesday in Atlanta, and it's difficult for people in Atlanta to go out because they don't really have a baseball team. Sorry, Braves. Great room, lots of fun, but again, not a great turnout. The night before at the Nick.
We're going to do a little bit of drinking music on a Monday night for you. The Nick Rocks, Birmingham, Alabama. We're delighted to be here.
Amazing night, just unbelievable, and not a great crowd. Monday night, we saw their open mic night, but the crew there, Jasmine and all the gang, were really gracious to us. They gave us a stage. They let us use the back line, whatever we needed, just everything.
Pirate slay for me, boys and girls.
Tremendous. And then Laura and Gloria putting us up in the putting us up in the brand new house on the mountain.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Fire on the mountain, run, boys, run.
That Heidi missed out on.
Yeah, this is the rated R part. The shower outside. I was like, I came in, I was like, that's the most freest thing ever in life.
So what are you talking about? Please tell the kids at home.
Their shower is outside. So you shower outside.
And what's the view?
They have a big cutout. You're just looking over the mountaintop, and you can see the river and the trees. And I'm like,
it's gorgeous.
What is happening right now?
You can
so
see
surreal.
From Birmingham, Alabama. It's up the mountains from Birmingham. It's not in Birmingham exactly.
Yeah.
But you can actually see Atlanta. 2 hours. I mean, it's just the view is endless. Mountains, mountain ridges, just endless.
It looks like a painting.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Yeah. And so my neighbors, my new neighbors in my new house they have a house in Alabama that they just built. Well, they designed it themselves, so the whole front of the house is basically just glass. So you're just looking over, right? You're just looking out over this amazing
see-through.
And kids, I'm talking about Alabama. I didn't know they had anything like that in Alabama. I just thought they had moonshine and, moonshine. Well, what else is there? But
Orange moonshine?
Yeah. It was insane.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Heidi really sorry. So Heidi had a little emergency and she had to go back, and she's just we missed her terribly. Listen, I have to say this about all these guys. Played out of their fucking gourds this whole tour. There wasn't a night where I was kind of like, we could have been. It's just shocking. I'm in awe of the intensity and the effort that was put in on this trip. Just spectacular. And so we did a 3-piece in Atlanta, and they've asked us to come back. We're definitely going to go back to that place. Phenomenal room, and thanks to Jeff and the Muckers, we're definitely going to go back and do some work with them again. It was great fun. And we're also we're not bypassing or overlooking the Hibernia in Little Rock, Arkansas. Turbo's first time.
Yeah, it was super rad.
Heidi's second or third? Second time?
Second time there, yeah.
And so let's start with you, the new kid.
I thought what was that thing you told? The curry fries?
Oh, no, curry chips.
Curry chips.
Oh.
Yeah, man,
especially with David Boyle in the kitchen.
David Boyle.
He's done his homework. Making a curry.
Kitty wants some curry.
That's right. Show aside, but no, I thought it's one of those places where you pull in and you feel like you're in your hometown. Like they're so friendly and they treat you well, and kick-ass crowd. It was great. Good job.
Heidi,
Yes.
did you like it? Be honest.
I love it there. That's my second time there. And some of the same regulars or bands of Blaggards. And it is like home. They welcome you. And it's cool how they sit like they're watching a concert. They don't even, really come in like they're going to be drinking at a pub. They sit and watch and appreciate it. They're speaking to their elders.
Yeah.
And excited that some of them are coming to Ireland, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
They were excited. It's nice.
Yeah, it was. Our friends Phyllis and Woody are coming to Ireland, and they met us as we were just about set up. They'd come in, and Phyllis was shaking with. I mean, she just couldn't wait, and it was just so tremendous to see the.
Yeah, because they've been there. I mean, pretty much every
show. They have not missed a show since we started playing there.
Yeah,
14,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Gene Reed was there.
Gene Reed, yeah.
Jim Doyle.
Where's Jim Doyle?
The master Jim Reed, Gene Reed.
The Cheesecake Baker.
Yeah, Rick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gator done.
There was a dad and his son that had driven how far? Like 2
What's that?
hours?
Oh, it's more than that, yeah.
That drove.
Oh, that's right. They came up from Dallas.
Yeah, his son had just turned 21, and they were excited to. The son knew the band. Is that
Yes.
right?
He's first seen us when he was like this big.
Yeah, at NTIF.
And he said, when you turn 21, I'll take you to see them again in a real bar. And they threw down.
Yeah.
They loved it.
They were so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jerry we've said this a million times, but Jerry's just really put together a gem of a place in Little Rock, Arkansas. Jerry's from Dundalk, and he's toiled. He and Sarah doesn't get enough credit. He and Sarah have put together this, it truly is, it's not just a live music venue. It's an establishment, and it's going to, the place has they've carved out their niche, and they belong in Little Rock. They kind of own a large part of the music scene in Little Rock, because his tenacity. He just their tenacity. They just they treat the bands well. They're very fair. They're very honest, and there's no TVs. There's nothing to distract you. There's a TV behind the bar, but that's in the complete opposite direction of the band. So if the band's not your thing, you can sit there and watch your, Sports Center, whatever the hell you want to watch. But it's just the volume's off. It's all music, and Jerry is like I say, he's from Dundalk, so we don't hold that against him, but we just pity him a little bit, maybe. Jerry is he's a lover of the arts, all kinds of arts, and he's just steeped in Irish music, and
He paints.
Great painter. I own one of his pieces.
Yes, you do.
I hang it above my bed. So, but we won't talk about that now. Anyway, so and then Irish Brigade, Lake Worth, Florida.
Oh, it's so great to be back there.
Let's start with Keith Miashod and Sean Hanley and Cheryl, the manager, and just God. I mean, so little history. Let's go back in time. We were with Baby Bucks, young Chris Buckley on fiddle, and myself and Chad and some toenail fungus. We went there, and the late great Davee Bryan, the late great Keith Ahern, two dear friends of ours, lived there. They are no longer with us, and we have just amazing memories of just sitting in the back room, playing guitar, telling stories, just sitting up to all hours. And that room, at that time it was called Brogues. It's now called the Irish Brigade, and it's downtown Lake Worth, and it's just, the room is tremendous. We did our own sound, but Sean Hanley had loaned us the gear to use for the night. My dad made it out, so I was delighted to see.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so it was nice for him to get to meet everybody. He does not care for Irish rock music, let's say, but he was so impressed with this lineup.
Yeah,
he was just. I have text I can show you, but he uses salty language, so I won't. But no, he just adored what we did, and he could not believe the way that we transformed the crowd into our crowd, like that. He was blown away. So
yeah, of course he's seen many iterations of this band, but he had a lot of great things to say, both you and you.
Hey.
Yeah, he said this is a great lineup you got going here, great band.
Yeah.
So
I asked him, I said, say something nice, because I'm not going to fucking pay him, all right? No, the kids were telling me about, we were driving away there. They were kind of, I can't believe how much of your material he ripped off. I said, I know.
No, we took a picture together, and then he's like, let me see it. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, you want to proof it? And he goes, yeah. And he looked at it, and he goes, oh, I look good. And I was like, that's me. And he's like, oh. It was funny, dude. We just both looked at each other, started laughing. I was like, dude, you're awesome. Cool guy.
Yeah, he was a big fan. Just, and it's funny watching him watch the audience. Yeah. He's
scouting it.
Yeah, well, he doesn't. Like I said, he doesn't fuck around when it comes to music. He knows what he likes, but he's just got big. He sees the big picture. He wants to. He wants to see what's happening. He wants to see what the. He really has. Like I say, Irish rock music in general would not be his scene, but he has always been a huge fan of. Whatever project I had, he's always very, very supportive. So
yeah,
that was nice.
Yeah,
really, very moving. Also, I was gifted a Fender Stratocaster guitar that belonged to Davee Bryan that night. Davee's widow Carol gave me one of Davee's Strats. And I have to tell you, I just, even now, it's really, really difficult to accept. But easily one of my most prized possessions on the planet, to own a Strat that was loved and played by Davee it would be equal, if I was ever given a Rory Gallagher or a Gary Moore guitar, it would mean the same, because Davee, Chad and I can't tell you the amount of times that Chad and I have spoken about Davee's ability, and his passion and his love was songwriting and singer-songwriter, acoustic guitar. That was his thing. But when you heard him play electric guitar, when he got a Strat in his hands, I'm going to say this very gently, it's next to impossible to find a motherfucker, sorry to Heidi, that can play on the same stage as him. Case in point, I threw a festival years and years and years ago back at the Garden in the Heights, and we were going to call it some Elvis festival, but Elvis Presley Enterprises had written us a letter and said you can't use it unless you pay us, and it was an exorbitant amount of money for that. And then they wanted a cut of the thing. It was just way too much. But so we did a Houston Salutes the King, and so my idea was we'd get a bunch of bands to come through, and we'd pay them a little bit, because it wasn't a great money maker at all. We were doing it for charity as well, but so everybody was going to do 3 songs or 3 or 4 songs, 2 Elvis, 1 of their own, 2 Elvis, 2 of their own, whatever, and that was going to be the shtick for the day. And I remember one of the bands had finished playing, and I wish I could remember the names, because I would rat them out right now if I could remember the name. But I was standing on the side of the stage kind of helping them get the gear off, and I heard one of the guys go, "Hey man, that was great! You're a kick-ass guitar player!" "Oh no, he goes, best guitar player here," something like that. And Davee was walking up at that very moment with his Strat and his I think it was the Fender DeVille or something like his amp, and he was walking.
It's about to go down.
He was walking on the stage, and somebody said, "Man, you're the best guitar player here." And Davee goes, "We'll see about that." I fucking cried. But he didn't say it loud. He didn't say it, he didn't like nudge the guy over or fucking, and he went up and he played this guitar solo. And if you've ever heard somebody just fall into that song, if you've ever watched a guitar player and they fall into the songs and they close their eyes and that's where he went. And he didn't do it to shove that guy's face in the dirt. He didn't do it for that. He did it because that's how he played, and that's where his heart was. And but he did do shit that day that I've never seen him do. I mean, he takes the tune and then back up, and he was killing it. Every note that he played sang like a bird, and he played at speeds that you just, thrash metal guys would go, "Hey, how'd you do that?" I mean, he killed it. And that was his thing. He's just the most, he's just big heart, but he's so passionate about his music. And you can't, so that was Davee. And then Carol gave me one of his guitars. And even now, just talking about it, I'm short of breath. So we're gonna do a memorial service for Davee the end of this month. It's gonna be the last Sunday of March, I believe. We're gonna put it on our site only because if people want to come out, and we're gonna have it at Molly's downtown, Molly's Pub downtown, and we're just gonna have some stories and maybe some music, and we're gonna send him off. Davee had a huge Houston family, and he worked at Rockin' Robin for a while and for Whole Foods, and he played all over town, and he was nice to everybody. He was, every single musician that he ever crossed paths with loved him because he was honest, and he was, so Davee is one of our dear friends. We will be saluting him and toasting him. So
And St. Augustine too.
Wow, what a night!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got to see.
Dinner.
Yeah,
It was like
Bryan Russell. He's from Belfast in Ireland, and he gave Blaggards our first start in Austin.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. He, we called up a place on 6th Street. It's gone now because they're, but we called up this Irish pub, and it was supposed to be the Irish pub. We called them up and we said, hey, we got an Irish rock band. They get, yeah, so what? Well, we just wanted to come up and play some music for you, see if you like it. Nah, no, we've got barbacks that will play for a tip. Oh, good to know. Incidentally, they called us not too long afterwards and said, hey, what about coming in? I was like, no, we got a place, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, after I talked to them, I talked to Bryan Russell at Fadó Irish Pub on 4th Street in Austin, Texas. Bryan and I talked for a second. He goes, Dublin. He goes, I can guess I can overlook that, And he goes, hey, come up. He says, well, I'll pay you this. I'll feed you. And if we like it, we'll do it again. We'll have it. So, Chad, with the camera, Churi Hoyset, Brian Vogel, myself, jumped in the cars, headed to Austin. We played our best set, or the best songs that we knew. And he came up to the stage and he kind of looked at me like, that's pretty fucking good. He goes, can you play more? Play more tonight. I'll double the pay. And then I'll give you the calendar and you take whatever days you want. And that was our first meeting with Bryan Russell.
Yeah.
He is now working at a place called Meehan's in St. Augustine. And we went and we tracked him down.
Yeah.
We walked up to the bar.
Dude, his face was awesome. He walked up and because I don't know the guy, but you walked up and he's like kind of gave that look like, can I help you? And all of a sudden he's like, huh? Like, oh, dude, it was awesome.
You could just see it unfolding on his face. And
Yeah.
moment. It was wonderful. He was very moved to see us.
That was awesome.
As we were to see him. It's just been a long, long time.
Yeah. Yeah, Heidi, I'm sorry you missed all that.
Yeah, me too.
But
We'll go back.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that was the first thing you said. Why aren't you playing here?
Yeah.
Don't ask me twice.
It's a monster above. It's a whole house.
Yeah.
With this huge beer garden that extends, pretty much wraps almost all around the entire circumference, almost like half the circumference of the house.
Yeah.
All the way in the back, you've got a stage out back.
Well, they're renowned for their seafood. Like they're world famous.
Yeah.
The restaurant is, and it was packed because of it. And St. Augustine, if you haven't been, I don't know if you know this, but we know this. Oldest town in America.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that? There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were there.
But the thing, I was thinking about this after we went in to visit him, how much unfolded in our career because of Fadó
Yeah.
and because of him, really. I mean, people that we've met, Patrick Fleming, Chris Steele, that's where Chris Steele first saw us.
O'Bannon's.
Yeah, O'Bannon's. Gosh, all the so many friends. Pretty much Sherwood. I mean, Sherwood kind of happened. Our connection with Sherwood happened because of our following in Fadó. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but
just the list goes on
Yeah.
and on.
yeah. The only thing there was a couple of dogs. There's a couple of dogs out of that too. We got hired out of Fadó to play the Austin Celtic Festival. And go with me here for a second, kids. But imagine walking into a morgue, right? A morgue on a rainy, cold night, and saying, "Let's have a party." That's exactly what the Austin Celtic Festival was. It was just wee ones and walkers and it's seriously, it's about as much fun as a root canal. And it just felt like it was kind of thrown together last minute, and parking was crap, and you haul your gear for it. It's just awful thing. So I don't like that place.
Yeah. It's just we were not. That wasn't a good pairing.
No.
They don't want rock bands there.
No.
So at least they didn't. I don't know.
No, they still don't. I guarantee you they don't.
Yeah.
They want, they would, anyway, but, yeah, great times. And then Bryan, the people that we knew with him, that worked there, that we got to know. So it really was. I mean, when Bryan ran that ship at Fadó, I don't know. I just don't know if I've ever seen a tighter knit crew than that was there.
Yeah.
You know,
They were very, very tight. He speaks very fondly of that pub, and you can tell. I know that everybody who worked with him loved him at Fadó.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell all the people we just met there that night that we'd never met before. You can tell that they loved him.
No question.
As well. Even when I just walked in, because I went in ahead before we parked just to make sure he was there. And I went to the back bar just because it was least busy. I could actually get the bartender's attention quickly. And I said, Bryan Russell here? Oh yeah. Yeah, he's here. Just go inside. He's in there somewhere. And the way he said it, I could just tell he's speaking about somebody he likes.
Yeah.
That he's happy to tell you that.
Yeah. But Bryan's personality is, think of Van Morrison's voice. It's just it's welcoming. It's never up here. It's never down. It's just right in the middle. That's Bryan's personality. And when Bryan puts a crew together, they all kind of operate in that space. Yeah. You're never going to say that. Well, he's going to be right in the middle, and it's just a really great, just a nice blend of people. Everybody there, friendly, happy to see you. I've got to meet some of the owners, and just class place. Me and St. Augustine. Yeah. If you're going to Florida, don't miss it. And if you like seafood, definitely don't miss it.
Yeah. I can't wait to go back and spend some more time there.
Go see the moonrise.
Cool.
Oh yeah, that was a
moonrise. That was
serendipitous thing.
It was so unexpected, unplanned. We're like, what's happening?
Oh shit, I'm running out of power.
All right, it's probably good. Do you want to kill real quick?
Let's kill.
Okay, so there's a song that every time I hear it on the radio, which is very seldom, but anytime I hear it anywhere, I can't keep from hysterically laughing, like at stoplights where people are staring at me wondering what's wrong with me. It's that song by Queen.
Oh,
Break Free. I want to break free.
Isn't it I Want to Break Free?
Yeah.
I can't stop laughing. It's so ridiculously, I don't know, it's funny.
Yeah.
Does it sound like a song that you could write in 2 seconds?
Yes.
And then it just became this monster hit?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they were kidding around. Like it was supposed to be in a cartoon or something.
Yeah.
Well, the video for it, they were definitely having fun.
I can't get through the song without laughing hysterically. Like, is this for real? This isn't Queen. This is Queen?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my kill.
That's a good kill. That's a good kill. Okay, Resurrect.
Oh, Resurrect. The song I said the other day in the van. Oh, She's Got Away. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, Billy Joel.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Love that song.
I love the light being shown on the Billy Joel.
Yeah.
Billy Joel catalog.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that can be.
Definitely. Yeah, both can go both ways.
Yeah.
Mr. Joel.
Yeah. Great song. Great tune. Great words.
All right, Chad, you're up. You're up. Final countdown.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing. This is my new thing now. It's like I kill and resurrect songs by the same person. Peter Gabriel, In Your Eyes.
I thought you killed that.
No, I killed Salisbury Hill.
Oh.
Okay.
So yeah, In Your Eyes. That was another one of his big hits, and it was one of the big songs off of So, which of course was his big breakthrough hit album.
It was like the prom song.
Yeah.
Nice. Come on.
And it's a fine song, but this is where his career for me started to lose. I mean, I started to lose interest in his direction because he started getting really kind of soft and sentimental and touchy-feely with his stuff. And it's not that there's anything wrong with that. It just was not what I fell in love with him for in the first place. I like this edgy, weird stuff. So, you hear that song the way you hear it a lot. So I'm going to replace that, Resurrect. Incidentally, this piece that he did with Stuart Copeland, and Stuart actually plays on So. I think he plays on Red Rain. I think he just plays hi-hat on it.
Stuart Copeland is
the drummer of the Police.
Yes.
And one of the greatest drummers in history of rock music. Also just really hilarious, incredibly funny guy. And incredibly talented and
smart.
smart. Just
Sexy.
I love him. I love listening to him. Yeah, all those things. But he did this piece with Peter Gabriel. It's one of my favorite things that Peter Gabriel ever recorded. It's called Across the River, and it's mostly an instrumental. And he did it. I think it came out of just them jamming in the studio, but it's this really kind of interesting, almost orchestral in the way that it proceeds from one kind of segment to the next, or movement to the next. But the very, very much so, the highlight of the whole piece is Stewart's drums. They're just fantastic, and they're mixed really loud, really heavy, and really hot. And so on the track, it's just Peter singing. I think he maybe plays some synthesizer stuff, but he's mainly just kind of doing some vocalizing. It's mostly nonsense vocalizing. He's just kind of doing that stuff that he would do back in those days. And then there's a few lyrics at the very end, which is basically just says, "Across the river I go." So it's Peter, Stewart on drums, Ravi Shankar just Shankar. I get those two guys mixed up. Shankar was a highly sought after violinist back in those days. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. And he did a lot of interesting, it was almost like a cross between gypsy and Middle Eastern kind of style of playing. He had a really distinctive sound. He played with Talking Heads as well. And so not Ravi Shankar, it's just Shankar on violin and David Rhodes on guitar. And that was it, just the four of them. But yeah, listen to if you can't stand Peter Gabriel and you don't care about Shankar, listen to it for Stuart Copeland's drumming, because it's just some of the greatest work he's ever done. It's just fantastic.
Very nice. Turbo, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a curveball here.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if anybody's even heard this song, but I was kind of starting to tell the story, I think, the other week.
Are you killing?
Killing.
Okay,
Killing the song. So,
Kill.
I must have been in junior high or early high, or junior high, somewhere around that age. And that rap group Onyx came out, and I was like, oh, I gotta get this, I gotta be cool, right? And so I get this CD, and I just put it right in my CD player, cranked that thing up in my bedroom. I don't know how long I got it through into the CD, maybe a song or two, and my grandma was visiting. She come barreling into that room, didn't say nothing, walked right in, hit the button at the top of the CD player, opened up. She opened the CD, broke it in half, and she's like, my grandkids are not listening to this crap. And threw it on the ground. I was like, oh my God. I was like, that was it. I was like,
So she liked it?
yeah, she loved it. So I'm going to kill that band.
All right.
That story popped in my mind.
I like that.
We were talking about it.
Yeah.
So Onyx,
Thanks,
the main
Grandma.
song was Slam. That was the reason why you got it, was that main song they had. But
Okay.
so I'm killing that
Oh,
song.
nice.
And so she killed it, actually.
Yeah.
She killed it, but I remember my dad was mad because he was like, I paid for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, I digress with that. So anyway, that's the song I'm killing. So the song I'm Resurrect is who did the original Black Velvet Band?
Who did the original?
Yeah, who wrote that?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows?
Yeah, I think it's traditional. I think
Just
it's
traditional?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that song, man. We threw it out and I just...
What?
Yeah,
Get out.
I'm resurrecting it. I just enjoy
All
it.
right, let's. All right, we're done.
No, I like that
Do
song.
that again. I missed it.
Kick me out?
No, I mean, if you like
You still need me to load the gear out, man. So I'm good. No,
Yeah,
I enjoyed it today. It was fun. And
We had a request for it in Key West.
Yeah.
A Key West request, if you will. And Barbara asked for it, and what Barbara wants, she gets, damn it. And so we did Black Velvet Band. Barbara had studied in Trinity College in Dublin and had told me that that was her song. I was like, oh, okay, we'll give it a shot. I didn't know that you heard it before, or you haven't heard it? Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So we played it, and everybody jumped in. I don't think we've ever played it before, but you know, for as bad as that song
Not
is,
this lineup, but yeah, we used to be part of our repertoire.
well, we had a version of it,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like Anyway, so all right. Well, I know we're just about out of power, and so I'm gonna kind of do the Smalley thing on mine too. I'll do the same band.
Cool.
So the song I'm going to kill is a song called Motorcycle Man by a band called Saxon. And I've been playing Saxon for Turbo because Nigel Glocker, their drummer, is one of these guys. Definitely overplays Lars Ulrich, but is probably one of the most groovinest, tastiest, and he's quite brilliant because he definitely overplays, but the song doesn't suffer because of it. So it's if you have a small plastic bag and you throw too much cutlery, too many knives and forks in that bag is gonna fall apart. This guy, I don't know how he does it, but he fills this thing with sharp objects to the brim, but it never even comes close to busting. That's how his drumming is to me, and it's very Nick McBrain, Iron Maiden, very Brian Downey, Thin Lizzy, very Pick Withers, maybe Dire Straits. He's just got this huge vocabulary, and his kit is just ginormous. Every drum known to man, and he plays everything like Nick McBrain. But he's just one of these guys that can just make the song. He keeps the song in hand, but he also adds melody in his rhythms to the songs. So Motorcycle Man is kind of one of those. To me, it's just one of the throwaway songs. This is stuff I listened back to when I was 15, 16 years old, and songs like Princess of the Night, Wheels of Steel, 747, Stranger of the Night, Strong Arm of the Law. All these songs were just anthems back then. But the song that never died, to me, and the song I like to shine a light on, is one called The Eagle Has Landed. It's one of those songs where the drums, the live version, if you listen to Warriors of the Road, the Nigel Glocker's drumming on that takes the song to a whole nother level, and they just that song is just massive. The sound is massive. They play it so well. That's one of their songs that they just can't do a show without performing. So anyway, Saxon, The Eagle Has Landed, and also completely, totally, 100% ripped off by Metallica. I mean, many bands have done it, but Master of Puppets is complete rip-off of Eagle Has Landed. Complete. They'll tell you that too.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's just amazing, how close it is. But I'll keep Master of Puppets any day. I like that song. But Saxon, Eagle Has Landed, Warriors of the Road, amazing. So there's 1,000 people that we did not say thanks to, that worked at the clubs that we met on these trips, on this last trip through town, and everybody that helped us along the way. Kate Scott, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We can't go through all the names. All the people that bought us breakfast, that said, you really did. You just, starting with Lori too, who just worked her ass off for us. And we threw her off at the bus stop and said, make your way home. You're welcome. No, but Lori, and then these guys were playing out of their minds, and just everybody that we can't mention, that we're exhausted right now. We've only got 15 more hours to drive. So, but I personally, I want to thank these guys. I don't know if I've ever had more fun consistently with better players than I have on this trip. This has been out of my fucking mind. Out of my, just everybody playing so well under the worst circumstances. The heat's been amazing in Florida, amazingly hot, and the hours on the road have been grueling. But there's never been there's not been a crossword. There's not been a bad temper. There's not been even a slip up as far as thing goes, and it's a joy. Yeah. But you listening and watching, thank you, and Patreon, thank you, and yes. I just can't wait to play for you. I can't wait to show you what's coming. It's exciting.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Lots more to come this month. alone.
For sure.
All right, y'all.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, O'Bannon's Paddy's Day.
Yeah.
Don't go missing that.
All right.
All right, cheers.
Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife slowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the fold? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife slowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the fold?